Hey guys, welcome. In this session, we'll be starting with the basic tool, which is also important one, that is Git. Git is a distributed version control system for tracking changes in source code management during software development. It helps in coordinating work among programmers. Well, it's like we need to, it's like every organization have a certain repository with them. Well, many of the organizations have a local repository. It can be Bitbucket, GitLab. In this tutorial, we'll be going with GitHub, that is openly available to everybody. We have the option to create public or private repository. So we'll be going to create one GitHub account. I'll let you know how a GitHub account can be created. Let's go to the GitHub website. Let's open github.com. Here you can simply go for signing up. We need to enter these information like the username, then we have this email. Make sure you enter a correct email because in the later stages you need to verify the email as well. Then you need to define a password. Make sure you have a good password characteristic range. So ranging from 8 to 15 characters. It will be good if you can go for the higher side, that is 15 characters. But make sure you should have at least 8 characters. Okay, then you need to verify. There he'll be, they will be showing some sort of a puzzle sort of thing like this, like you need to move it or roll down just to prove yourself like you are a human. Yeah. This happens. So just click on this create account, then your account will get created. And let me show you. You will be getting one email verification. I'll show you like what kind of notification you will be getting. So well, this sort of notification you will be getting. I actually created this one of my GitHub account today itself. So you'll be getting this kind of, email address verification. So this is my username for the GitHub repository. Let me log in my GitHub repository. So I'm not going to create one account here since I've already created one, but you should create one account as earlier told by me, as described. Let me sign in. So my account is aws101tutor@gmail.com. Let me enter my password. I won't be telling this to you. Okay, so I have signed in. So I'm creating one sample repository also. So when you are, finished up creating GitHub repository, GitHub account, you need to create one repository. You will be, landed on somewhat like this page where you need to create one repository. So this is the plus sign from which I can, simply create one repository. Let's go for creating one repository. Well, there is a format where of writing the repository name. So the complete repository starts with the owner. This is what like the username that you have given while signing up for GitHub, and then one repository name you need to enter. So let's say like I'm creating one repository. Since I've already created this testing repository, so let's say like testing 123. Okay, so I've created one repository. I'll say like testing. So here we are seeing two options. One is public and other one is private. Public is like if you want the other people over the internet to see this repository. Well, it's like there are two options here. One is public and other one is private. So these are like the repository types. Like if you're going for public one, it's like anyone on the internet can see this repository. They can copy the code, and you can also allow them to contribute to the code that you have placed inside this repository. Other one is the private mode. So by selecting private, it's like GitHub is only allowing at this time only a single repository. So it's like you can create one single private repository for free. If you want to go for multiple private repositories, then you need to pay. Okay, so we are going for the public one since we are just doing project, but it is highly recommended to go for private repositories because it's about the source code of your organization. Okay, so let's going for creating the repository. We are creating one repository by the name testing 123. So our repository has been created. If you can see, this is my username DevOps101 underscore lab. Then we have testing 123. This is the repository. Well, here they're showing some commands, it's like how to create repository from the command line, like from the machine. We'll be showing it in the later section. So like creating repository from the command line, and this is like, suppose you have one existing repository, like in my case I've created one already here. So it's like if I'm going to the command line on my dev machine or my local laptop and want to push to this repository, then I need to follow this one. Okay, so this is how we can create a repository on our own. Head over to the next sections for our DevOps project.